Literary love line.
Hey, what's up?
Hello, dog.
Hey!
Today we're going to be talking to a local businessman. He's known around these parts as Uncle Julius. Uncle Julius, you're on the air with Mick and Vic.
How's it going, Vic?
Oh, it's wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. You were speaking about having a real estate business. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Around these parts, I know kind of what's going on, you might say. Just recently, I helped with the purchase of a vineyard.
Okay.
With a young couple.
Can you tell me anything interesting about that vineyard?
Well, funny you might ask that, because the Grapevine is known to people around these parts as Goophered.
And that means?
It means it was cursed by the former slave inhabitants of the area.
That's always, great real estate.
It's difficult, really.
I was gonna say that must be pretty difficult.
Yeah, you wouldn't be wrong in saying that. I mean, it really comes down to you have to know the area to really be able to prosper it all anymore. Back in the day, the grapevines prospered, a lot. They were producing. The slaves were picking the grapes, and the master was really making a lot off of these grapevines. But once the goofer was put on the grapevines, it really came down to only people who really understood what was going on and understood the grapevines could make them produce anything other than bitter grapes.
Okay. Do you believe in the old real estate model that it's all about location?
I'd say that it's important, or knowing your location.
Okay. Yeah,
so,
I definitely understand that.
I mean, it really comes down to understanding what's going on and knowing what you're getting into. Like with the couple, I suggested that if they weren't willing to find somebody who understood what was going on with it, that they probably shouldn't buy the grapevines at all. Because to go in without some sort of person with some expertise would really just never turn a profit, and it would turn, it has the potential of getting some people hurt.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I understand where you're coming from. So what do you think has been the most joyful experience out of, helping people discover, a place that they want to live or a place that they want to, settle down?
I'd say my favorite part is telling the old stories and getting the point across that, somebody like myself is necessary in the process.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Somebody might think that they can just move in and, start making money off of this land. But really, they need the expertise of somebody like myself to ever be able to, make it work.
Would you say
that's why I stuck around as kind of an unofficial groundskeeper, overseer type of person for the couple I'm talking about.
Would you say that you have probably monopolized the market on haunted vineyards?
I don't think I would like it to be stated like that.
Oh.
But I would say that I am one of the few people that really understands what's going on with this particular area, and that if they don't want my services, it's going to be difficult finding another person that has my level of have I said expertise? Yeah, my level of expertise in the subject.
Okay. Everyone, just so you know, this small business is ran by Uncle Julius, and he is located at what was the name of?
I just call it the Goophered Grapevines. It's in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, it's known in these parts as the Goophered Grapevine.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. Well, thanks for calling in today and giving us some awesome information, and we'll make sure to pass it along for you. Hope you get some good business.
Well, thank you.
All
nice
right.
talking to you, Vic.
Thank you.
Well, it sounds like there's some interesting things going on over there with Uncle Julius and his real estate.
Yeah, definitely. We kind of wanted to take the opportunity to put this into our literary love line because we feel like, as far as African American folktales go, this one had a really large impact on our view of just how lasting the effects of slavery were.
Right.
Definitely.
And it kind of speaks to this whole subservient nature of slavery, where, in a normal trickster tale, or an average plantation tale is what I'm trying to say, it would be the owners, the plantation owners, the white people that kind of come out on top.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of almost sarcastically kind of turns it on its head and showing that Uncle Julius is kind of running the show, and he's the one that understands what's going on, and
Yeah, which is really interesting because throughout most folktales of African American or anything pertaining to slavery, slaves were really seen as somewhat more knowledgeable about their work, more knowledgeable about the family dynamics of the plantation owners. It almost seemed like, as far as people who are working the backstage, they're really the ones who know pretty much everything about what's going on.
Right, and it comes down in this story to almost be where he's saying, if you want to ever make any money, if you ever want this farm to be successful, you have to, involve me.
Well,
you have to get Uncle Julius in, or it's never going to work.
Yeah, and, which is kind of an interesting take on it because, part of the whole idea of owning a plantation was for you to make money, with as little, work cost as possible. With hiring having free labor, you make so much money. Yet there was just so much respect lost, and there was so much. What am I trying to say here? There was so much dignity and integrity lost within it that it almost. It was completely non-profitable. I think that's what I wanted to say.
Right. It came down to the slaves were the ones that knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to what Uncle Tom's Cabin kind of has the same aspects to it, where the slaves play like they don't know what's going on, or they act like they don't have a lot of understanding of the situation, but in reality they have a lot of things figured out, and they are pulling strings in the background the plantation might not have expected.
Yeah, exactly. And, taking people for granted and taking people's knowledge for granted is, I think, a big part of this story. And especially, it kind of turns the tables. Uncle Julius convinces these people that, the land that they're, trying to purchase is cursed, and it's, had a hex put on it, and that he's the only one that knows how to work it.
He's the one that's been living there. So he's obviously at least produced enough grapes or something to make a small living and to, be able to live there. So, I mean, he's in part warning them, in part showing the dangers. In part warning them, in part telling them that he's got to be involved for it to really be able to work. So he's kind of saving his job, saving his livelihood.
Yeah.
And then, just like these things kind of play on each other to where he turns into a pretty clever character.
Yeah, and there's part of I think the last thing is, there's definitely an ignorance in the white characters that Uncle Julius definitely takes advantage of. And I feel like this is kind of a flip-flop of what happened in the beginning of slavery, and the pattern that continued is that they took advantage of people that were less knowledgeable of the land. They took advantage of people who were never taught to read or write, never taught to think for themselves. And I think Uncle Julius is somewhat getting kind of a redemption out of, saying that he's the more knowledgeable one, and he's the one that's going to have to, take care of them in order for them to be successful.
Well, it was very nice talking to Uncle Julius, and looking forward to talking to you guys again. So until next time, see you guys later.
Bye.